the open ocean is like a desert. Vast, deep and wide. Expansive, with little life. And like a desert, the animals that migrate through this ecosystem are drawn to an oasis like Cocos Island. But where do they go when they leave?
We're starting to ask ourselves, well, is there a migratory highway? And if so, what is it based on? Is it based on an oceanographic feature or on something physical? Cocos Island is part of a ridge that runs all the way from Costa Rica to Galapagos. And so it may be that these animals are using that mountain range to migrate along that area.
Cocos Island pops up above the water. That's what makes it an island. But there are other peaks in the mountain chain under the surface, called seamounts. Could a seamount also be a kind of hidden oasis? Based on early evidence, scientists believe that migratory sharks have been making regular layover at a collection of mounts called Las Gemelas.
We have a good preliminary information that is telling us that the sharks are moving. They're moving from Cocos to Las Gemelas and then back to Cocos and Las Gemelas. So that's what we're trying to prove, because if we're right, then that means that this place needs strict protections, just as strict as Cocos Island.
So we're trying to understand how animals are using it and determining how much time they spend in this important area. And to find that out, we brought these listening devices from Canada. Now, these are very sophisticated devices that are anchored to the bottom, and we're trying to listen for animals that come by and ping because they've been tagged, and try to understand how they're using these deeper sea areas that we don't know much about.
And even though this is the tip of the seamount, it is still very deep. So for this mission, we have to take the receivers down in a special submarine called the DeepSee.
Our main mission is to deploy this one safely so we can keep on recording the shark movements. We only have 2 shots with the submarine, and we really want to deploy 2 receivers.
So we're gonna be taking the submersible there? Have you ever been in a submarine before?
Never.
Never. Okay, so that's the first for both of us. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, nice.
Right. Right now, all the vent valves are closed. Linquest is on. We'll do underwater contact at 10 meter. We're going down.
Copy that. Have a great dive.
All right, thank you. Going down.
So right now, we're at about 30 meters. So this is the deepest we've been with scuba, right? This still looks familiar. And now we're going into new territory.
Right now we're at 130 meters. We're dropping down at the rate of 8 meters per minute.
So beautiful. Very long.
15 plus.
Oh, there's a bigger
scorpion fish in there.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, that's great to say. Nice.
And you can tell how every little inch
Is alive, right?
As much as we'd like to stay and explore for hours, we have a receiver to deploy. One incorrectly placed receiver can mean the loss of critical data.
Right now we are at 220 meters. Copy that.
The transponder is still floating up in the water column, but is blocked on one side by a stone wall. So
Yes, what do we do? Left hand or right hand? Do we do a right hand to the one?
Nice. Cool.
Mission successful. We now have another receiver to fill the gaps in our shark tracking network.
Okay, we are getting ready here for our final sensor.
Okay.
It's with technology like these acoustic receivers and the DeepSee submersible that we're able to learn more about how animals like the endangered scalloped hammerhead shark migrate through the open ocean.
was it?
Awesome stuff, yeah. Rockfish.
Thanks, Eric, for keeping us safe.
These animals, being highly migratory, we really need to protect their habitats, and we're just now understanding that they're not just dispersed randomly around the sea, but they have their hotspots, they have their places they like. So if we know where these hotspots are at, then we can concentrate our efforts right on there. We're writing history here, you know, this is all very new science, Seamount science and all that, it's all very, very new.